With the development and application of vaccines, the pandemic has been controlled to a certain extent. But we can't celebrate just yet. Novel variants of the virus are constantly being discovered, and new infection groups have emerged. These developments make it difficult to control the pandemic completely, making Vancouver a beautiful city that still has a cloud hanging over its head. In this moment, whether it's work, travel, or shopping, wearing a mask is essential. Leaving one's home, first make sure that they're not only carrying their phones, wallets, and keys, but also a mask. So, with the situation developing in all our lives, we ask ourselves, is there a mask that values the importance of truly protecting one's health, being environmentally friendly, and last of all, comfortable to wear? We invite Mark Bembenek, the Chief Sales Manager of 3S Mask, to be a guest on our show so that he can tell us a little bit more on the continual importance of mask safety. Hi Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Yvonne. How about yourself?
I'm not so bad either. Thank you for asking. I just want to dive into the first question, and that is recently most of my friends have been vaccinated, and they are starting to tell me that there's no need to wear a mask anymore. However, most businesses and government organizations are still promoting the need to wear masks in public. Why is this so? And, can people who have been vaccinated indeed stop wearing masks?
Well, I think those are some really good questions, Yvonne, and it just boils down to how much protection do you want? Certainly as you go from place to place, the requirements are different. So, I would always suggest everyone has a mask on them just for that extra layer of protection. The idea of taking off your mask for good, it's really dependent on the vaccination rate and the vaccine's effectiveness for all the different types of variants and mutated viruses that are out there. So we're always hearing of different variants, different mutated viruses. So again, it comes down to protection, and just if you want to have the best protection possible, you would carry a mask and wear a mask as much as possible. I think it also depends on the overall level of global control. Although many people don't like to wear a mask, for example, it is very likely that in the post-pandemic area, masks will still become an essential part of daily life. We're hearing lots of people recognize the utility and benefit of carrying a mask around in public. Even when COVID is defeated and we hopefully return to normal soon, people will still want to protect themselves as much as possible against things like flu season or when they're traveling in crowded places. A mask is always going to be helpful and increase safety no matter what you're doing or where you go. For example, in Asia, wearing a mask is common practice even before the pandemic. And I think people here in Canada, especially because we're so multicultural, will want to continue to maximize safety and protect themselves as much as possible.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense, Mark, and you pointed out a few very good points. Moving on from that question, there are all these kind of different masks on the market. There's the N95 masks, the surgical ones, homemade masks as well. I even see people wearing bandanas on their faces. I mean, what kind of masks really then meet the latest safety standards and answer the question, which mask truly protects oneself against COVID-19?
Well, obviously, the health authorities are the experts, and Health Canada right now is recommending that everyone wear a 3-layer mask with a filter layer in the middle to achieve the best protection possible. You're right. We do see lots of people wearing single layer or double layer masks, but the testing data, unfortunately, for these masks shows very low protection efficiency, sometimes as low as 25 to 38%. So, to answer your question of what is the need to wear, what need do we have to wear a mask that is the most protective? Right from the beginning, it's a 3-layer mask. Make sure to have a really good protection in the middle layer. Try to make sure you have leakage protection around your face. So, just following the Health Canada regulations, the health organizations, and just trying to protect yourself as much as possible.
Yeah. Burnaby Now actually reported that your company's mask is the only washable and reusable KN95 mask on the market. Apparently, more and more large organizations, such as the Vancouver School Board, are also using this mask. Can you tell us how 3S Mask exactly achieved this KN95 equivalency?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it was a lot of work from our company, and everyone at 3S Mask. Number one, had to really find out what were the key standards that we had to meet. So in that development process, our 3S Mask really focused on copying the KN95 grade mask that provides users with 3 layers of protection. The outer fabric consists of high density polyester fabric, making it water, oil, and dirt resistant as well. The middle layer, which is a nanomembrane, consists of a filtration rate greater or equal to 95%, making it the most important part of the mask. And the inner cotton layer is treated with an antibacterial treatment, helping the user effectively inhibit the growth of bacteria during the long-term wearing process. So through our research, we found that we could really help people at each layer. Certainly, the middle layer being the most important for protection, but there was a lot of extras we wanted to do with the outer layer and the inner layer. The process, we had constant improvements. I'd love to say that we just started out at the beginning and had the perfect mask, but there was a lot of reassessment that took place at our production facility, and we had to make sure that we fully understood what was the expectation to pass the full set of KN95 tests. And those are issued by Intertek's Quality Assurance Laboratory. To this day, the only mask to pass Intertek's full set of KN95 testing standards is our product, making our mask the only cloth mask on the market that meets the same level of protection as a KN95 or an N95 mask. And meeting those standards was a huge accomplishment that we're very proud of.
Yeah, I mean, leading on, I always, you mentioned the KN95 and the N95 mask, and, I was bringing up the N95 mask as well. And, I'm not too, I really just want to see the answer to if there's really a difference between the KN95 and that N95 mask, or are they really the same thing?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I'm sure a lot of people might be wondering the same thing. It really goes based on country testing standards. So the KN95 is the Chinese standard, and the N95 is the American standard. But in terms of protection, it's the same thing. You're getting 95% protection efficiency. Just getting a little bit more technical for anyone that wants to know, the protection efficiency of both is really focused on non-oily particles. So we're talking about sodium chloride particles for experimental use. And, you want to make sure that as the diameter of the coronavirus particle is actually 0.1 to 0.12 micrometers, and the particles formed are generally above 0.3 micrometers, meaning that wearing an N95 or KN95 mask is really helping you with that protection to make sure that those coronavirus particles aren't penetrating through the filters in the mask.
So, what is then really the difference between these KN95 and N95 masks compared to your 3S mask, which is essentially how you guys say it's a KN95 equivalent?
Yeah, it's another great question. There's definitely a lot of masks out on the market. If I would have to group them, I would say there's mainly 3 different types of masks on the market. The most basic is the procedural mask, which has basic air filtering functions and is used by individuals who do not work in healthcare. There's obviously the surgical masks that look very similar to the procedural masks, but also offer additional benefits of preventing body fluids from entering through the mask. After that, you have your N95 or KN95, just depending on what country and region you're from. In addition to the basic filtering functions of the previous two masks I talked about, the N95 or KN95 masks have leakage-proof protection, which increases the protective effect against infectious diseases. Additional things that are very important, 3S masks have air filtration, liquid penetration prevention, and pass-through inward leakage testing, essentially replicating the design and utility of an N95 mask. It's important to note that 3S masks are not designed for medical use, but their functions are similar to N95 masks. This is an important distinction to make as it ties into our principal vision of providing medical grade protection for every citizen.
Mm-hmm. Seems like you guys take a lot of care and attention into these masks, and they are pretty developed masks. I have one here with me. So is there anything I should really kind of pay attention to when wearing your masks, or is there a specific method to properly wearing your masks?
A lot of great questions. The first thing I think everybody should be concerned about when choosing the right mask is how does it fit on your face? Just try adjusting the length of the ear straps in the back to the head to see, does the mask fit closely onto your face? Finally, press and adjust the bridge of the nose. If you notice on our masks, at the tip, you have the ability to really customize the fit on your face and have it protect all airways on your face to make sure that there's no infectious disease or any kind of bacteria penetrating through those areas. And I think those are the two key main things. I mean, the right fit on your face, the leakage protection, and making sure that all your airways are protected.
Fair. Well, I also heard that your masks are suitable for elementary and middle school students and even children younger than this age. What exactly makes them so uniquely suitable for students and young children, say, compared to other options on the market?
Well, I think, our strengths really apply to students for many reasons. And number one, you have the protection, the top filtration rate of 95%. Good breathability is also a really important thing for children, as it is for everyone. And specific to children, I'd say the different size options. When we talked about fitting on your face, it's really important for young people to have masks that are the right size to fit on their face. I'm sure you could imagine a young child trying to wear a mask that's much too big for them, or vice versa. It wouldn't really be a good fit. So it's these factors that made 3S Masks become the designated mask supplier for the Vancouver school system. It was the Vancouver School Board's decision to supply each student and teacher in their jurisdiction with 2 of our masks, and we're very proud of that. After that, we received a lot of positive feedback. Teachers were writing us saying 3S Masks made them feel safe and assured in the classroom. Many parents wrote and called to us saying that their children didn't like wearing masks before, but certainly our masks made them feel a lot more receptive, a lot more safe. And now, students are just wearing them part of daily life, and so are the teachers. We also were happy to hear a lot of feedback from parents, teachers alike, and all experiencing a lot of stress and concern before masks. But then after wearing our masks, we found that, they were very pleased and felt that extra protection was definitely worthwhile. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Ivan, and all the questions that you've had have been great, and hopefully I've been able to answer them for you and all the people watching. And just please let me know if you have any other questions at this time.
It's the pleasure is mine, Mark. It's great speaking with you, and we really do appreciate you coming here and providing more awareness for mask safety. I can definitely say that all of us here at headquarters really do enjoy these masks, and because we like the style of them. They're a very secure fit, and they're environmentally friendly, along with obviously that KN95 equivalency. To all of our viewers, you can visit their website, www.3smask.com. That's 3smask.com to learn more about, the specific functions, styles, and prices of the products. I've also been told that you can email 3S Mask, which you can find that information on their website. And that's just in case you need any additional support and resources to help protect you and your loved ones during this time. Like I say, thank you again, Mark, and thank you everyone for watching and listening. Goodbye.
Pleasure's been mine. Thank you so much.